Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining me in this incredible masterclass. I'm really excited, really excited about what I'm going to share with you about advanced LinkedIn strategies to get more visible on LinkedIn, to get more clients on LinkedIn, to connect with people on LinkedIn in the right way. If you're watching the replay, thank you very much for watching the replay. If you have joining us live, then thank you for joining live. Really appreciate you taking your time to join this live training. If you have any question, make sure that you ask me all the questions that you have about LinkedIn. Put them in the comment, because in this way I can help and support you. I can answer your personal question, and then we will get moving. Now, this masterclass is going to be live on the free group for only 24 hours. And after that, I'm going to put it and lock it away in our private members club, the Explode Your Expert Biz Online Academy, where only our members can see it. Now, if you want to become a member, it's only $47 a month. So then you can join our online membership and have access to all our online training. Now it's time to start. I'm really excited. First of all, if you can hear me, if you're excited, give me a good whoop whoop here in the comments so then I can see who you are, because I'm gonna get going right now. So as I said, today we are going to learn in particular first how to use LinkedIn and how to use LinkedIn on how to optimize your profile first. Then we are going to learn how to connect and how to find out the right people. Once you have created the right message, then we're going to look at how to find the right people. And once we look at how to find the right people, we're going to look at how to connect and engage with the right people. And then we are going to look at one tool that helps you automate all your LinkedIn growth. I've been using this tool for a few weeks now, and I've been blown away about the growth that my LinkedIn profile had, about how many clients I was able to get because of the tool. So I'm going to share with you exactly what I use. Now, what I want to know from you is what would you like to learn from today? What was the biggest thing that I can help you with LinkedIn? Now, I was going through the poll on our GTEX Facebook group here, and you already helped me out a lot with telling me what is that you wanted to get out from this training. Some people said that they wanted to get out getting more clients, optimizing the profile. So now that you are live, leave me a comment right now. Let me know, what would you like to get out from this training? In the meanwhile, I'm finding the post with the poll, if I can find it. Otherwise, if I don't find it, then hey, how to deal. Hello, Susie. Thank you very much for joining. How to deal with the content graveyard. Oh yeah, absolutely. How to deal with the content graveyard. We are going to take care of it. And we are going to look at all the different things that are going to make an awesome LinkedIn profile. So let's start the music. In the meanwhile, if you're watching live, then make sure that you let me know what would you like to get out from this training. Please let me know, because the more I know, the more I can help you out. Now, without further ado, let's start the music. So the first part, we are looking at your profile. We're looking at how to optimize your profile for optimum search. Now, there are a few things that are really important on LinkedIn for the profile, and this is the reason why we are starting from this. It is because if you don't have your profile right, you will not be able to monetize all the opportunities that are coming to you. You are going to reach out to people, but you're not going to be able to make the most of them. Hello, Luca. Thank you very much for joining. How to extend reach into new networks and target clients. Yes, absolutely. We are going to cover that too. So let's look at the profile. There are a few things that are really important. One is what is that you do? What is that you do? So immediately, someone that looks in your profile needs to have a good picture. A good, solid picture of you. If you don't have a good picture, make a good picture. Create one. That's important. Then also you have a banner. A banner can help you stand out massively. I decided to have the logo as a banner. You can decide to have your logo of your company, or you can decide also to put some benefits or some things that people are going to get out by working with you. This is like your banner on a Facebook group. Imagine that. And a lot of people don't use this space, which is actually really important to use, which actually become really crucial to use. And then the other thing that we are looking for is what you do. So when you're talking and sharing about what you do, immediately you see here, I decided to put Forbes contributor first. And the reason why is because being a contributor of Forbes is a massive level of credibility. So immediately someone finds my profile and I'm finding Forbes contributor. Man, they are going to connect with me. In fact, I had people when I asked them, why did you connect? And they were saying, because you're a Forbes contributor. So if you are a contributor on some specific magazines or some specific podcast or something that builds your credibility or television, make sure that it's there. And then the other thing that you want to put is your expertise, is what is the benefit that you provide to people. What is the benefit that you provide to people? And right now, I want you to write in the comments. Right now that you're watching it, I want you to write in the comment, what is what is the benefit that you provide to people? For example, yes, we provide training and so on, but what we do is we turn experts into authorities. And in fact, people connected with me and said, oh, I loved what you do. I loved your tagline. It told to me, I want to become an authority. How can you help me? Tell me more. And these are people that connected me, that read my tagline, they read my bio, and then were immediately ready to engage and to book a consultation. So you want to make sure that you put your benefit first. So right now, in the comments here on the live, let me know, what kind of benefits do you provide to your audience? What is the main result that you're giving to your audience? Now, it's really important that you have done already the work ahead in finding your niche and clarifying your niche, because then your message will talk to a specific person. A bunch of people will add you on LinkedIn. However, you want to make sure that your message talks to a specific person. And that's why this becomes crucial. Susie wants to learn as well how to engage with people without annoying your top level contacts on your account. We're going to look at that definitely. How to grow followers, we are going to look at that. And ignite your brand, that's what Luke does. Ignite your brand purpose and unlock 10x more growth. Absolutely, I love that, Luke. Well done. So then once you have your banner done, your profile done, and then a catchy tagline that tells what you do and the result in particular, which is the most important thing, the results that you provide to people, then the next thing is your bio. Then the next thing is your bio. Now your bio is can be used for a few different ways. Now I'm probably going to change mine soon because I want to test with a new bio, but there are two things that you can do with your bio. One is sell yourself and sell your credibility, sell your journey. So this is the bio that I send as an introduction. You find an About Me page on my website. Is my introduction when I speak at events. That's the way I'm running my bio. That's how I chose it to put my bio. And immediately there is something that gets people to giggle. Because when I say Simone, known as the Italian stallion of the speaking industry, they're like, what the heck, the Italian stallion? In fact, I had people that actually said, I love the fact that you wrote Italian stallion on the comments. That's why I wanted to connect with you. How could I not be connected with the Italian stallion? I was like, all right, thank you. I don't even call myself that way. People started calling me that way. So then I'm using it, and that's my tagline almost. So now you have a known as Italian stallion of the speaking industry. And then I'm talking about what I do, and I'm selling myself. I'm saying that I'm a contributor of Forbes. I'm talking about the results that I'm providing to my clients. And then I'm giving them also what to do next. So I'm giving them a call to action. If you want to talk, send me a direct message so we can have a chat. So that's a call to action. Of course, you can have a stronger call to action, like if you're ready to, for example, Mike is saying that he helps people find their life purpose. You can say, if you're ready to find your life purpose, send me a message and contact me. And then I'll put that also the website, which is a place where they can visit me. So these are already different things that you can put in your bio, and which is a more descriptive bio about yourself. Then the other way to create a bio, which I've seen done incredibly well, which I absolutely love, becomes almost like a sales letter. So if you think about a sales page of what you do and what you help people with, then you can run literally a sales copy for people to take an action there and use it almost like a sales page, or like you will write a sales page on your website. And I've done that. I'm going to change my bio and I'm going to test how would I work with LinkedIn if I use the other model. I know they both works. I just want to see which one connect the most. With this one that I have, for example, where I'm selling my credibility consistently, and it's all about my credibility and the results that I can have for people, it works incredibly well. Something that I'm going to add as well, which is important to put, are testimonials. You want to put testimonials in your bio. And the reason why we want to put testimonials in your bio, it is because with testimonials, people can see who you are. People can see the kind of results that you get. People can see themselves in the clients, and immediately, again, your credibility goes through the roof. That's why we are talking about testimonials. So far we talked about two things. We talked about putting a great banner. Then we talked about having a great image, a very succinct tagline, and then a great bio that sells yourself or sells what you do at the same time. Now let's move on with another thing that makes a profile stand out. Immediately you can see here that you can add media. So here I've got video testimonials of me. I've got my speaking showreel in the media appearances. I got my TEDx talk here in media. You see here I already got people now contacting me. Then I have another video of me and the work that I do. I have an article where I was featured in the House of Parliament, and that you can find it in the media profile. I have another video testimonial, so that's the place where you can put your video testimonials. Now, if you're not using media, and if you're not putting any media there, you are missing out massively. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure that all the media parts are updated. And then there is something else. Once you've updated the media parts, there is something else that is really important for LinkedIn to give you a score on how strong is your profile, which is articles. You want to make sure you write articles. So this is, for example, the amount of people that right now are following me on LinkedIn, which is a bit less than 5,000 people. And you can see that I wrote a lot of articles, and you want to make sure that you write articles on LinkedIn. Now, what I do personally, I'm writing an article for my blog post. I'm copying and pasting on LinkedIn too. That works. Now, some people will say, don't do that. You will be penalized on Google search. However, my game is not SEO. So I'm not playing a game of search engine optimization at the moment. I'm playing more another kind of game. That's another form of marketing, which means I don't want to spend time to create new content consistently all the time. Is it making sense? Give me a whoop whoop if it's making sense so far. And then the other part that makes your profile stand out is making sure that your profile is up to date. Now, the reason why you want your profile up to date, it is because if your profile is not up to date, people will see that you don't care about what you do. But this is like a kind of your CV, and as well as your sales page. If your sales page has products that are not selling anymore or that are outdated, what are going to be people think about you? They will think that you don't care. And they will say, well, if they don't care, why should I care? That's what's going on in their mind. So make sure that you update your profile. And you have and you can put the different things that you do here in your profile. We have a question from Susie, which is asking, what's the difference, benefits between followers and contact? Is that like on Facebook? Followers and contact on LinkedIn are the same thing. So when on Facebook, someone is following you, then once someone has asked you a connection, they can connect with you, and then they can follow you. So when someone connects with you, automatically they become a follower. But then there is a point where you can switch off the feature for asking for connection. So if you're looking at the biggest influencers, you cannot ask to connect with them, but you can follow them. So in this way, you will not be connected, so which means you cannot send private messages to them. However, you can see their stuff. So that's the difference between followers and connection. But at this stage, every connection becomes a follower as well. How do you differentiate between two niches? I would always give the same answer. I always have one niche. That's what I want to do. I don't want to have multiple niches because that's extra work for me, and that's also more confusing for people. Now, if you are having, for example, multiple businesses, that's different. Because if you're having multiple businesses, you can talk about you can write your bio, and then in the bio, you can have the two different websites when you are mentioning the different things that you do. But my recommendation is not having two niches because there is no need of having two niches. Actually creates more work. Imagine your LinkedIn as a place for people to connect with you and to create partnerships and to create opportunities and to get clients. But immediately is about creating partnerships. Well, if you have coaching and property, then you will mention in the bio, you can have a descriptive bio like the one that I have when I'm talking about the work that I do. And then instead of having one website, you can put to connect with me for property, click here, to connect with me for coaching, click here. So that's something that you can go around with. That's what I would do if I was in your situation. But also is about for you to make it a priority. What would you like to use LinkedIn for mainly? Would you like to use LinkedIn more for coaching? Or would you like to use LinkedIn more for properties? Now, you know that I do different things. And for example, GTEx has multiple programs. One of the things that at GTEx we do also have a corporate side. But you see that in my profile, there is no mention about the corporate side of the business. Why? Because I want people a certain kind of people to connect with me and to buy from me and to create opportunities only on one particular thing. That's has been my choice. So is this answering your question, Elaine? I hope this is answering your question. Any other question, guys, make sure that you put it there in the comment. There is another thing that is important once you're updating your profile, which is skills and endorsement. Skills and endorsement. Here is where you can put your skills and people can endorse you for those skills that you have. Now, the more endorsements you have, the more your profile will be relevant on LinkedIn search. Because imagine LinkedIn like Google, right? The more your website, aka LinkedIn profile, is relevant and is updated, the more LinkedIn will push it out there when people are searching for one particular keyword. So put work in updating your keyword, and literally to do all these things, it takes less than half a day. Put half a day down, you said, okay, I'm just going to sort out my LinkedIn gains and I'm going to do it. And then also recommendations. This is where you can ask people for testimonials. Now, it's great when you ask someone for a testimonial, that someone gives you a testimonial, ask them to give you the same testimonials on LinkedIn as well. Why not? Now imagine someone comes here and then there are 13 recommendations in this case, is 13 testimonials that people can access. And people can recommend you for different things. So for example, answering Elaine's question, you see here that I have in terms of experience, you can add two things. One is property and the other one is coaching. And then people can endorse you for property and people can endorse you for coaching. So in this case, people could endorse me as a writer for Forbes. And people can endorse me as co-founder for GTEx. But people can endorse me also as an international speaker and MC. Because every endorsement is very specific. Is it making sense? So that's how you can ask for specific endorsement on a particular skills or experience or expertise that then you have. And that's how you make your profile even more relevant. Now, there is something which is really powerful that I want to show you. Now, there are different kind of features of LinkedIn. There are free features and paid features. There is free LinkedIn and paid LinkedIn. Free LinkedIn is already awesome as it is. Like you don't need you don't need to have a paid LinkedIn account. However, the paid LinkedIn account gives you some extra perks that I really like and is worth spending this £50 a month to have that LinkedIn account if you are focusing on using LinkedIn as a main lead generation tool. In fact, now that we talked about the profile, I want to show you how you can use a paid feature of the paid LinkedIn account, but I'm going to spend only 2 minutes on this because I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this part. It's going to be part of another series where I'm just going to focus on paid LinkedIn features. And that's going to be only private for our membership site. So if you want to become member, it's only $47 a month. Let me know. I'll send you the link. And then you can have access to also the next part of the LinkedIn account. If you're already a member, you will have it for free. Now, there is this, there are three different accounts. There is the one that you are really relevant for you at the moment will be what we call Sales Navigator. Sales Navigator is a paid feature of LinkedIn that allows you to run LinkedIn as a CRM, as a customer relationship manager more effectively. So you know when you're on your inbox in LinkedIn, it's very easy to lose conversations. It's very easy. While with this one, it keeps you on track and on top of the conversations, and as well is more targeted. It can find more targeted leads. Now, the normal search that you have is already awesome. So don't worry about that. The advanced search is for people that are really want to put like LinkedIn at the top of their priorities. Now, what I love about LinkedIn in this case is, let me move a bit of things around here so that I can close this. And this is the tool that I'm going to tell about, is what we call your social selling index, which is something that I found pretty cool, which I like. Let's look at this one. Your social selling index. Look at this. Look at how cool this is. You will have the social selling index. Now, immediately, the social selling index tells me socially how strong my profile is. Now, in this case, I'm 73 out of 10. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And it tells you how you rank. So I actually rank in my industry, I rank top the 2%, and then in my network, I'm the top 11% of the LinkedIn profiles. Now, LinkedIn it gives you guidelines on how your profile is performing. And you have, it tells me you're really good at establishing my personal brand. It gives me a score on finding the right people out of 25. Now, what it says you can work on building a relationship. That's the next step for you, because you build your personal brand, you can find the right people, you're engaging with the insights, which means that you are using the analytics tool of LinkedIn, but you can work on your profile. You can work on your relationship. Then it also tells you about the people in your team. If you have a team that is registered and you have multiple people, what's their average? It tells me the average of the people in my industry, which is a 23 out of 100 while I'm 73. And then the people in my network, the average is 49 out of 100. And I think that that's more like to make you feel good about yourself and make you use LinkedIn more, this feature, than anything else. But it shows you how great are you is using LinkedIn for social selling. I think also you can use it for free. You can see it for free for once or a couple of times. If you're writing on Google's social selling index on LinkedIn, then it will automatically give you guidelines on where you should improve your profile and your activity on LinkedIn. That's something that I found really, really powerful. Now, let's not use a Sales Navigator for the moment. Let me close this tab of Sales Navigator. And let's go back now and move into the second part of this training. And in the second part of this training, what I would love to do is then to talk about, because we talked about the profile, right? This is the profile about how people find you, and the profile needs to be relevant to them. We talked about how to create a kick-ass profile, how to direct people where you want them to go, how to making sure that you stand out. Now, the next part is going to be about how to find the right people. how to find the right people. And this is crucial. This is absolutely crucial. And before we start that, before we talk about it, it's really important that you clarify what is your niche. Now, if you don't know what your niche is, back to the starting point, you must know what your niche is. That's the basic of business. Otherwise, you're very likely to fail. Now, if you are just starting out in business, and if you don't know your niche, that's fine. It's gonna be a work in progress. Think about what can my niche be, and then you start from there. But pick one, because otherwise you will not be able to search and to add a relevant contact to your LinkedIn. That's why it's important. So, any questions so far? Ladies, gentlemen, see also you're enjoying it, but any questions so far? And if you don't have any question, because we are moving on to the section number 2, I want you to write down what is the biggest learning that you got from this part. And what action are you going to take? So write down in the comments right now, what was your biggest learning so far? And what action are you going to take? What one action are you going to take to make your profile better? Let me know. Let me know. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm doing it. I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. All right. Yeah. Stop being a joker, Simone. Let's move on with the training. Yeah, I hear you saying. Okay, now I'll stop being a joker. Susie is asking, is it worth having a business account? Not having the business account, I will go for the Sales Navigator account. Because a business account is for established businesses. You mean the business account on LinkedIn? Yes, so not the paid feature. So in LinkedIn, yes, it's good, it's worth, if you have a business, create a business page. Why not? It's almost like on Facebook. People might find and look for your business page. So that is worth it. Absolutely. Have it there. I personally don't post anything in there. I'm not really active on the business page, but it's there. It tells what we do, and it sells GTEx and directs them back to my profile. So that if someone is looking on LinkedIn for GTEx, I want to show that I got my stuff together. That's the most important thing. So I have a presence there. Now they will see that I'm not going to be very active, and that's fine. But I'm going to have a page. Cordelia, I changed my profile as you will describe it. Thank you. Oh, wow. So you changed while we were while we were doing it. Well done. Awesome job. Well done. Let me put it there. Whoa, great job, Cordelia. Thank you. Woohoo! Awesome. Thank you very much. That's how we run. That's what we want to do. That's what we want. Awesome job, Cordelia. Now let's move to the next part. Okay, Simone, shut up. Keep going. In the meanwhile, I want you to write down what was your biggest learning and what action. I'm not letting you go. Okay, let me know. Okay, right. Let's move on. So now we are looking at the search feature. Now you can see search that you have in the search bar. And it's super powerful because immediately you can go and search for people, for jobs, and for posts. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to search for people. Why? Because I want to connect with people. Now, when you search for people, it's really important to know what kind of people or what kind of organizations you are going to target, what kind of location you are going to target. And it's important not to make the list too broad. That's the biggest thing, because otherwise LinkedIn is going to give you thousands and hundreds of thousands of connections. But the more specific you are, the more targeted, and all you need to establish is 100, 200, maximum 1,000 connection to build relationship with. Then later on, I'm going to teach you how to automate the process. But you cannot automate something that you can't do manually. You can't automate something that doesn't work. Otherwise, you are making the problem bigger. That's the problem, right? There is a Mike. I'm thinking about create a separate business page as I have a new business. However, in my main profile, I will reference my new one. Okay, great job, Mike. So now I'm looking for people and I'm going to click all filters. Now I'm going to click all filters, and immediately, as you can see here, there is this very fancy business page. There is this very fancy filter page where I can check if I want just to target someone in particular. I'm going to find their first name, their last name, their title, their company, the school that they've been to, Let's say you want to target someone who went to a particular school, then you can target them. You can target first level connection, second level connection, and third degree connection. Now, the reason why there are first, second, and third, it is because the concept in business of the 3 degrees of separation, which means your clients are 3 people away, your ideal clients are 3 connections away from where you are. That's a business concept that's been developed for years. I don't know if it's true, but it's accepted as true, so we say it is true. But that's true if you think about it. There must be someone that knows someone that is your ideal client. So the idea with LinkedIn is to create a meaningful connection that generates recommendations. That's the purpose behind LinkedIn. Creating meaningful connection to generate recommendations. So the first connections are the one that then will give you access to their network, which is the second connection, and the third connection are the one that are in the network of the second connections that you have. So what happens is that when you're putting a post out there, the first connection, people that are connected, the first degree, second degree, and third degree, will be able to see your messages. That's why the more first connection you have, of course, the more third connections you have. So by focusing on growing your first connection, then you will grow your second connection and third connection automatically, a third degree connection automatically. Now, you can see immediately for location. So now let's say that I want to target someone who is based in London. Because I'm based in London, I want to target someone who is based in London. Then I want to target someone who actually works as a company for the Huffington Post. Then someone that is from an industry, actually no, let's just focus on the industry at the moment, because company is very specific. I want to target someone who is professional training and coaching. Why? Because that's our target market. So I want to make sure that I connect with coaches, speakers, trainers, expert, authors. So these are the kind of things that I will put in my search. Now, if you are working with managers, for example, make sure that you put manager as an industry, in particular as a job title as well. If you're looking at if you're serving people in accounting, you put accounting. If you want to connect with property investors, Elaine, you will put property, and so on. So having an idea of the industry that you're looking for then will help you also narrow down again the search. Then I want someone that speaks English. Thank you very much. I want just only English profiles. And then these are the different options that is going to give you. And the title, you can decide if they want to be called coach, trainer, speakers. That's the title that they will have in their business. So now I'm clicking, and I want people that are, because I don't want people that are first connection, I want people that are second connection. So I want people, let's say this time, that I'm not connected with, but they are connection of connections. And the reason why it's important to do that is because by targeting connections of connections, they already, is almost like, when you're going on Facebook and you see that you are already connected with this person and you have friends in common, is more likely you're going to accept their friend's request just because you have friends in common. That's the same thing on LinkedIn. That's how it works. So let's put it in this way. Now I found a bunch of people here, and now I can connect with them. And then once I connect, let me click connect. And then yes, we said that so sometimes they will ask you for their email address. So in this case, I don't have the email address of the second connection person, so I will not be able to ask them. But in this case, actually, no, they're not asking me for the email address. So you can send them a personalized message, and I would say, "Hi, Simon. I checked your profile." So make sure you check your profile, and it looks impressive. I would love to connect with you. And then I'll put, "Have a great day, Simone. So you can see that you have a very limited number of characters. So you don't have, I think you can put not more than 100 characters, or like 150 characters or something like that. And then I'm going to send the invitation. Hopefully it's not going to ask you from the email address. No, it didn't ask me for the email address. So in this case, I was able to connect with Simon and add a new connection. So that's how I'm finding targeted connections. Because all these people, all the 2,985 people, are connections of connections that are working in the coaching, training, consulting industry, and that somehow we are connected with. And this means perfect potential lead. So that's the first step, is a potential lead. It's not your target client, because you don't know if they're going to need your services. You don't know if they want your services. You don't know even if they care about you at all. But you will not know, don't know what problems they have, but you know that this is the target client. This is the big picture. Is it making sense? So any more questions about how to find targeted leads? That's how you find those targeted leads. Now, once you have then those guidelines and you know what kind of people you connect, then you can use an automation tool to make sure that those connections actually are happening automatically. And that's what I'm really excited about, because I have a tool right now while I'm talking, which is running in the background and creating connections for me based on a search term that I've entered at the beginning, that I've entered before. So that's the power of automation later. But right now, I know I'm very specific in what I'm looking for. Geographically, in terms of an industry, in terms of a potential company. And then so in this way, I can contact them. Any questions so far? Any question on this part? Let me know if you have any question here. Or if everything is clear, say give me like a whoop whoop here in the comment. So then I know that you are all cool. And also, I'm still waiting for many of you for your biggest learning so far and what kind of action you are going to take. It's really important that I know. Why? Because that means I can keep you accountable. That means that we can keep each other accountable. That's the whole purpose of sharing the actions that you're going to take. Once they're in your mind, they mean nothing. Once they are there on paper, it means something, that you made a commitment to the word. Whoop, whoop. Thank you very much, Elaine. You are absolutely awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, let's move on to, I'm going to automate the connection and give it to my, I think you say VA. Yes, absolutely. Thank you very much, Elaine. Elaine is going to automate her connections. Fantastic. Absolutely love it. Awesome, awesome. Also, thank you very much, Elaine. And then Cordelia, she will set up a search connection. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Cordelia. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's get this going. Okay, next one. Next is, let's look at, now we talked about how to create a great profile. Now we talked about how to find the right people. Now, what happens when you are connected with them? Now, digression. No one loves people that are spamming them, that are sending cold messages to sell. In particular, LinkedIn, people hate that. People hate when they're going out and they're receiving messages. Now, have you ever received a message on LinkedIn of someone that you didn't talk to, you didn't even know, and they were pitching you something? How did you feel about that person? Did you buy? Did you opt in? Did you have interest? Or what you did is move forward the next message, or delete this person from my inbox? Well, that's what I normally do. If someone sends me a connection and the first thing that I receive is a pitch email, then delete. Because I don't care about that person. I don't care about the program that you want to sell. What I care is, I'm on LinkedIn. Before selling to me, get to know me first. Of course, we are all in business. Of course, you're there because you want to sell to me. Of course, you're making a connection because there is a mutual benefit that we can get out of. But if you don't take the time up front to connect with me, to get to know me, I'm not going to buy from you. And that's the same thing that other people will do. For For example, Linda says that she's looking to approach organization to bring mental health first aid training into the workplace. Fantastic. So then now you can find organization and target immediately a specific business that you can target. This is a brilliant way to do that, Linda. Well done, well done, well done. And then you can find your search term, and you can find them in the search term in that way. So when you're connecting with people, you want to have a very soft approach. So what I have here, I've created, and this is something that I'm going to give also to everyone that is a part of our online membership with our online academy, which members, you know, you're already ready. If you're not a member yet, you can join for $47 a month. And is the list of the conversation, is my conversation flow that I have with different people. So what I did, I took all the messages that I'm sending and I created like a flow or a template where most of the time, because most of the time when you're starting a conversation, you're asking the same things. So why should I keep writing my messages? I'm actually creating a library of messages that I'm sending to people. So that's the first content that I'm sending. That's what happens first. I'm asking, hi name, thanks for accepting my request. How is life, if I've been connected and they see that I've accepted, how is life going? Anything exciting you're working on at the moment? Now this is a very innocent message. This is a very innocent message. I don't want them to, I want to get to know them. I want to see about what's going on in their life. I want to see about what's going on in their business. I want to start a relationship with them. Now, what happens? Some people will respond with long messages, and some people will respond with very short messages. Some people will just say one word, life is great, thank you very much, which means that you need to work a bit more on that. Some people, they will say, oh, thank you very much for connecting, thank you for asking, this is what I'm up to, how about you? Then, at this point, there are different things that can happen. So one of the other things that I'm saying, this is someone says, ask me, what are you working on? Then I say, great, refer to what they're saying. Then I say what I specialize on. I specialize in turning experts into authorities in their niche by creating events that sell. Have them create a simple business strategy, a high-end offer, expand their influence using live events that sell like crazy, and get on media so they can be seen as an authority in their field. My main focus is, and then I'm not selling, I'm not immediately saying, do you want to buy? Are you interested? No, that's too soon in the relationship. I'm actually talking about a project that is really dear to me, which is my podcast. And I say my focus right now is to grow my podcast. Do you listen to podcasts yourself? And that's generally, if they tell me already what they're working on, I'm not going to put those two questions. But immediately, say my main focus is growing our podcast. Do you listen to podcasts yourself? Yeah, my wife is doing a live stream right now. I know. That's why we do the live stream at the same time, because I'm going home and then we're going to have our date night. So we decided to do our trainings now together. I'm in my office. Well, by the way, that's my new place, which I hope you like. I absolutely love my new place. Look at this. Look at this place. How amazing is that? That's my new place. I absolutely loved it. I absolutely love it. Yep. And so this is, I'm in a meeting room right now. And yes, my wife is doing a live stream at the same time. That happens very frequently. And actually, we share also the same Zoom account. So sometimes it happens that our Zoom accounts clash with each other. So now we need to sign up to two different Zoom accounts because our business, fortunately, is getting really busy. So I'm really happy about that. Now, stop talking, Simone. Lucky you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So now I'm starting a conversation. I'm sharing a project that I'm really interested in, that I'm really passionate about. Then Susie says she's gonna kill me because I'm on here instead. You made. I gotta tell you, Susie, you made a really good choice. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And then if they see that they are a speaker or a trainer, then I'm going to ask them, hey, I have something free coming up. So can you make yourself free on Thursday, the 8th of March, which was yesterday? We are running a speaking training and business mastermind with our community of experts. The first one is free, and I would love you to be my guest. The session is very fun and interactive. You will also love the other attendees. Want to join us? So that's one of the templates that I've created. If I see that a conversation is going on, I say, hey, do you want to come for free? So I'm not selling here. I'm not saying, shall we spend time on the phone? I don't want to waste each other's time. I want to say, hey, is this something relevant to you? And then if they say that they're interested, I will say, hey, can I have your email address and phone number so then I can contact you and I can send you all the details. So now I'm doing lead generation. So now from LinkedIn, now I have their data that I can put in my mailing list and that they already said I want to be contacted for your training. So that's awesome. Now, if someone, for example, is a bit, I found that they are a bit difficult to break through, then if they are a speaker, I know what they are interested in, which is, in this case, getting speaking gigs. So then I will say, hey, I record a podcast on 15 ways to get more speaking gigs. Are you interested in that? Would you like me to send you the link? So you see, I'm not pushing stuff. I'm always asking permission. And the reason why I'm always asking permission instead of saying, oh, here is my training, here is the link, why don't you join? It is because people hate that right now. While if someone is more likely to say yes, is more likely then to click the link. If someone says, hey, are you interested in this? It also feels good in the sales point of view, and it shows that I actually respect them and I care about them. Yes, I have my agenda. Yes, I want to sell stuff. Yes, I want to establish rapport, but I'm always going to give your consent, because otherwise, without your consent, I'm going to send you a link. You're not going to even listen to it. You're not going to even look at it. But now that you said, yes, please send it to me, I'm more engaged. It's more likely I'm going to open it. It's more likely I'm going to attend the event. It's more likely I'm going to see an article that you have written. So that's crucial. That's why it's pretty important to have also LinkedIn articles. Because then if someone is your target client, then you would say, hey, I've written this article for managers to be able to manage their team more effectively. You're a manager, would you like to read the article? And then it will say, yes, absolutely. Or let's say if you're helping people finding their life purpose and you're connecting with someone who is not happy in their job or they're a bit stuck, then you can say, hey, I've written an article about helping you finding your purpose. Is this something you're interested in? So that's also a way for you to test the water and check what's going to be their level of commitment. Where are they? Are they interested in what you have to offer or not? Because if someone is not even willing to say, no, don't even bother to send me the link, will they ever jump on a call with you or buy a product for you right now? No, they will not. But if they say, hey, I'm interested in the topic, then it's already like the first door is open. Then you can invite them, once they read something, you can invite them to attend something or a free training or a free webinar or to spend time on the phone. So then in that way, you will be able to, that's the next step. But even before getting people on a phone call, if you have a free event or a free webinar that people can attend, or a masterclass, or a Facebook group that they can join, or a LinkedIn group that they can join, that's much more effective. That's much more powerful. Why? Because think about it this way. If you are going on a call with someone, now, most of the time, you're going to think that person is going to sell to you on the call. Unless it's a networking call when you're saying, okay, let's catch up and let's see how we can get to know each other. That's something actually I stopped doing. So I found that about 90% of them were a complete waste of time. So right now, I'm doing the fact finding via Messenger when I can, but I'm not booking specific times for call if the agenda has not been established up front. And most of the time, if I'm on a call with someone, I'm there because I want to sell to that person. There is no point to have or because I want to discuss possibility of partnerships. But I already have established the agenda up front. So, and I found that there are people, people operate in different ways. I don't like not having calls that are not scheduled and there is not an established agenda before. My time is precious, so that's the boundaries that I put. Well, some people were just happy to have a chat for the sake of it, and that's fine. Whatever works for you in terms of running your business. Some people are really effective in that, and they get great results. Personally, I found them to be a waste of time. I don't do them. But then if I say to them, hey, come on a free training, then there is less commitment. Because on a call, it's just one-to-one, but on a training, you feel that you're part of something bigger. Even if it's a webinar with 5 or 6 people, that's fine. but then you invite them to attend something or to look at something, and then at that point the sales happen. So you see it's a slow burn. It's not a quick thing. But just at that point, I would say, hey, let's have a chat and let's see how we can work together. But now they've attended the training, they've consumed an article, we're told to bid, we build a relationship. So now I want to test the water. If they give me buying signals throughout the way, I want to test the water if the buying signals that they gave me were true. If they didn't give me any buying signals, what's the point? I'm going to stop engaging with them and I say, okay, that's great, let's keep in touch. And then it's like, you leave it like that. If they give me buying signal, I say, I'm interested in this, I come to your training, then I want to spend time on that phone call. Because it's very likely that person is going to buy it now or is going to buy in a very near future. Because the buying signal and the commitment that they gave me were so much. Sounds cool? Perfect. So that's how you create conversations on LinkedIn. You ask them about them, you look at what projects are they running, then you give them some of your material to explore, then you invite them to a training, then you sell to them. And I found that in this way, no one of my contact gets pissed off. None of my contacts said, oh Simone, why have you sold to me? Why are you selling to me in this way? Oh Simone, why are you being such a douche? No, they're actually respecting me because I took the time up front to get to know them. Even if they knew from my tagline, that's what I do. I help them. Like my tagline has nothing to hide. I help you. So, it's making sense. Any question at this point? So, make sure that you, if you just joined right now, make sure that you watch the replay. Remember, the replay is valid for only 24 hours. Then after 24 hours, we are going to delete it from Facebook and put it in our private membership site where you can look at all the other content. This is part of LinkedIn Mastery Training. And this is the first part, which I do free for everyone because I want to help you. And then you want to buy, here we go. There is the next step. So thank you very much, Farah. Definitely listen to the playback. And also something which is really useful is to copy and paste the kind of messages that you're going to send, because that's a great way for you then to train a VA on how to then engage on LinkedIn and how to then engage on different social media platforms, because you will find that you will say the same thing over and over and over again. So now we covered in this masterclass so far, before we wrap up in the next 5 minutes, and we go for the final part, which is the final part, which is the automation part. Let's recap what we covered so far. We covered how to create a powerful profile, how to find the right people, and now how to engage with the right people and connect with them. Now, what I want you to do, and I want you to do it right now, I want you to tell me what has been your biggest breakthrough so far, your biggest learning, even from this last part, and let me know what action are you going to take to make this happen. What action are you going to take to make sure that your LinkedIn, this doesn't become just another free training you have attended. That's the worst service you can give to me. There are 2 things that you can do for me. 1 is take action. Actually, 3 things. 1 is take action on what you learn. 2, if you like what we do, share it to other people, tell it to other people. 3 is buy my stuff if you like what we do. But make sure that number 1 happens, which is take action. Even if you don't share, if you don't buy stuff, okay, I will not love you as much, but I still love you. But if you don't take action, that's about you. That's your problem. That's your time that you're wasting. I'm doing my bit, right? So always take action. Far is asking, how do you get members to engage in closed group? Should video and post mostly be delivered in group on our general profile in both places? Now, in groups, questions engage. So be in groups to answer questions and to create conversation, not to promote your stuff. Be in groups to answer questions and to engage, create conversations. Then connect with people one-to-one. And then once you connect with people one-to-one, then you go them to this process. Then I mentioned my agenda up front on a discovery call. Absolutely. Farah is brilliant. You always want to mention your agenda up front. So when you're putting the content, don't just blast content into groups. Otherwise, your reputation will be the one of a spammer. I used to do that, got burnt, think everyone started in this way because that's what I've been told. But groups that are working, I'll find a group which is highly engaged. You go there, you answer questions, you create conversations, and then you connect with the people in the group. And then again, you go there to the journey on a one-to-one. So you take them from the group to your one-to-one. We have, in terms of learning how to build a system to connect with ideal clients, I'm going to implement this into my LinkedIn strategy. Awesome job, awesome job, awesome job, Elaine. I'm really, 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 really happy about that. Then who else do we have? Mike. How to engage softly. I will write a script and include a free invite. Absolutely. And the tool that I'm going to share in a minute, it will make also all this process completely automated, which I'm sure you will love even more. And then we have Donovan. Hey, Donovan, how you doing, buddy? We missed you yesterday. I was expecting you yesterday. Where have you been? Donovan, good to see the message sequence approach that you do when you make new connection. Thank you very much. I'm really happy you enjoyed it. And then LinkedIn is a new platform I should be exploring. Is Facebook a good platform for sales? Yes, both LinkedIn and Facebook are great platforms for sales if you know how to use them. So if you do what I shared with you on LinkedIn, you will get sales on LinkedIn. Facebook, if you know how to use Facebook, you will get on Facebook. Now, we made just from Facebook more than £100,000 a year just coming from Facebook. LinkedIn is something that we've been approaching recently. We have Linda, would like to put an article on LinkedIn. Action I'm taking is attending members implementation action day tomorrow. Brilliant, fantastic. See you tomorrow, Linda, on our implementation day for lifetime members. Fantastic. Now let's talk about automation, which is the last part of the training. Now that you have all this, now you can start thinking about, once you've first of all, run this manually. Because before you automate, run this manually. Don't jump into automation too soon. I've been using these strategies for about a month, 2-3 weeks, and then you can automate. But the tool that you're going to use, which I absolutely love, is this one. Let me show you the tool. 1 second. So let me go there. Which is called Can I have a drum roll, please? Can I have a drum roll, please? Oh, give me a drum roll in the content. In the comment, give me a drum roll. Oh. Yes, Imani, you're such a joker. Okay, come on, move on. Tell me what the tool is. Okay, I will. All right. Okay. Which is called the Linked Helper. The tool is called Linked Helper. It has a free trial for about 14 days, I think, or 30 days. But with the paid version, only costs $15 a month, which is insane. Like, there are tools that do the same that cost about $200 a month. And I absolutely love that. This is a Chrome app, which you will see. You can see that I have here at the top. I will have my Linked Helper in my Google Chrome tab, and there are a few things that it does. Now, number one is it helps you expand your social network to a limited number of contacts. So it means that automatically ask for connection. So you're putting in the search bar, when we are searching contact that gives you 2,000 people, now automatically it asks connection for these 2,000 people. However, remember, your LinkedIn account can be banned if the LinkedIn notice that you're running a bot. So what I love about this bot in particular, this LinkedIn bot, is that it can mimic, if you want, human behavior. So it makes it slower. It makes in terms of timing, like a real person is connecting with people. It tells you how long you can wait. I'm going to show you that in a moment. So then you don't risk that your account gets blocked. Then the other thing that you will see here is auto mailing system to reach your business partners. So you can message to first connection and create an automated sequence. Now, it's not something that I recommend unless you really know what you're doing, because otherwise you can remember, people hate automation. So if they notice that they have been included in an automated sequence, then you're going to break the conversation, you're going to break the trust, you're going to break the relationship. However, some of the messages can be automated, like the welcome message, which most of the time will be the same to everyone. So that's what you can use this for. Then it will also create an autoresponder for someone that accepts the connection. Immediately they receive the first message, like it is the one that, for example, I use, which is, hey, thanks for accepting my request. How is life going? Anything exciting you're working on at the moment? That goes out automatically, which I absolutely love. I mean, at the moment, actually, Wang is still doing it, but I'm going to use that feature soon. If you have a LinkedIn group member, you can send a message to LinkedIn group member, because LinkedIn blocked that feature of sending messages to member that before you could do normally, block that feature. So with this bot, you can actually send a message to your group members. You can invite first connection to join a LinkedIn group. So if you have a LinkedIn group, automatically you can send an invitation to your first connection to join the LinkedIn group. And also, and this is something which is a bit borderline, you can download their email addresses and their contact details on a CSV file of every contact that you have, of all your contact list, to build your mailing list. Now, this is illegal. If you put, now in particular with GDPR coming in May, if you put a LinkedIn request, if you put LinkedIn messages on a fully automated mailing list, for someone that didn't express consent to be added on the mailing list, and you start sending in spamming and broadcasting messages, you are illegal. That's illegal. Like, your accounts can be shut down. You can pay a lot of fines if they report you to the GDPR people, which I don't know even how you call them. You call them GDPR people. However, there is a way to go around it. Now, the information, this information of their email addresses, they are public. So what you can do, I can download a CSV file with these people and then send them a personalized message. So as long as I contact them via email, personally, and I don't put them on an automated mailing list, that's something I can do. So now I can contact them via email and I can contact them via LinkedIn. But you got to be very careful in the way you do it, because otherwise you will piss your connection off. Then you can boost your profile and get hundreds of endorsements. So right now what you can do, you can actually ask for endorsement automatically, and you can endorse automatically skills to your first connections. So there is something that is called the law of reciprocation. When you're doing something for someone, very likely someone wants to do something for you. Very simple. Now the way it works is that you can automatically connect and endorse people for their skills on LinkedIn, and then when they thank you, then you can ask them for their endorsement in return. That's pretty powerful. That's automated. You can add a signature at your message. That's something that I don't want. I think it's too formal for me, but some people have it and love it. The other thing that helps you grow your LinkedIn profile is, you know that when someone visits your profile, you will receive a notification of, hey, this person visited your profile, which means you is very likely to receive a connection from them. So something I'm doing now is to select a specific component of people. And first, the bot is automatically visiting their profile. And then what happens next is that automatically sending the connection. So now if you think about the customer experience, it says, oh, this person actually took the time to visit my profile, and now is connecting with me. So it's perfectly congruent. So that's something, it goes automated in the background. And then it's only $50 a month or $99 for a year, which is freaking awesome. And the way it works, you can see that now I have in my LinkedIn here, you can see the different things that are happening at the moment. Where is that? Okay, where I have this which is happening. So you can see here that I have different tabs that are open at the moment, and all these different tabs, what they're doing, they are having actually a task. So you can see that it tells that next action will start in 23 minutes and 40 seconds. This one was in 23 hours. This action will start in 21 hours. This next action will start in 20 hours. Why? Because I gave them a 24-hour time in between actions. So then LinkedIn doesn't see that I'm open and active 24/7. So one is actually endorsing people and endorsing contact. Now you can see that there are, I'm going to show you very quickly. This is I'm doing it through Sales Navigator. So this is a different phase of your LinkedIn, but that's how you will see LinkedIn Helper. So right now you see that has already invited, this is a provide invite, has already invited 210 people, and there are 52 people in queue. This is the message that I can customize that I'm sending them. And this is how I'm going to collect those people, and that I can also export the list in a CSV file of all the people that I contacted, which is pretty cool. And then you can set up how many people you want to invite per period. So in this case, I want to do 30 people every 24 hours. Not more than that, because otherwise I will not even physically be able to manage it. Even 30 people every 24 hours, I mean, to keep responding to all those messages is a lot of work. I put this, I'll tell you this one. I was putting the different, what I had is the connection request too much, about 100 a day. Man, I spent last Friday, answering about 200 LinkedIn messages. I literally I didn't want to see LinkedIn anymore for the past 4 days, for the next 4 days, because I got connected so many people, but now these are connections, and if you don't nurture your connection, then what's the point of using LinkedIn? LinkedIn is a networking tool, right? So you want to make sure that even your LinkedIn and networking tool is done properly. You want to make sure that you allow yourself often enough time to follow up. Are 10 people a week enough for you to connect with? Great. But make sure that then you nurture them. You want to connect with 50 people a week? Great. I connect with 30 people a day, but also because I have a virtual assistant, which is then also managing the process, and I have all this automation going on. Make sense? Coolio. So that's the tool that we talked about, which is called LinkedIn Linked Helper. I absolutely love it. I recommend you to start with a free trial. There are the tutorial of LinkedIn Helper. They are very, very easy to use. Immediately, it's not that intuitive if you're not using it without tutorial, but there are video tutorial, written blog post tutorial. These guys did an amazing job. I absolutely love this tool, and it's making a massive difference in my LinkedIn game in terms of mass connection and automation, and making sure that I use my time more effectively. So we are now almost at the end. What I want to do before I wrap up, I want to ask you again. Now remember, we covered, if you just joined now, if you join later during the live, make sure that you watch it back again. You have 24 hours to watch it free in the group, or otherwise it's going to be locked away in our vault, in our online academy, which is our online program with all our online training, and this is part of the LinkedIn Mastery series. Today we talked about how to create a kick-ass profile. We talked about how to find the right people. We talked about how to engage with the right people and convert them into clients. Then we talked about how to automate it all. What I want to know from you is, what was your biggest takeaway? You know that I'm always going to ask you this question. And what is your biggest takeaway, and what action are you going to take now that you know this full picture of LinkedIn Masterclass? And then I gotta shoot off. So let me know right now. While you're letting me know, this is what I want to show you as well. For those of you that are not yet part of our online academy, as I said, this is part of a very large library of online training that we are running, that we have available for you. And this is part of our social media mastery training. But with only $47 a month, you can have unlimited access to our podcast directory, which is 1,000 podcasters you can contact to get media appearances, how to do an end of the year review, how to create a kick-ass business plan with your road to business success, how to get on TEDx, how to create your own podcast, how to create a webinar that sell like crazy, how to build a six-figure speaking business, how to triple your business, how to write and publish your best-selling book in 14 days, how to negotiate like a pro, how to build a massive meetup group, how to create products that sell themselves, how to sell from the stage like an Italian stallion, aka me, how to sell one-to-one, and also the resource center with all our templates, agreements, contracts, legals, and so on that you need to run your business. And if you're not part of this, that's only $47 a month, and you will be able to have lifetime access to all this training that we did today. So if you haven't joined, then let me know. Just comment below, I want to join, and then I'll send you the link and I'll get you started, because I'm looking forward working with you, and I'm looking forward supporting you further. There is no point to just attend a free training for the sake of it, in my opinion. Get it done. Join us. Boom! And take action. Take action on LinkedIn. Take action. That's important. That's important. LinkedIn is a crucial tool. It's going to make a massive difference in your business, and mastering it is, I think, there are two places where I would be in my business. For the expert business, which is LinkedIn and Facebook. All the other is great for branding, but to get clients, LinkedIn and Facebook is where people engage in conversation, and that's where people buy. LinkedIn and Facebook, that's where people engage in conversation with real people and people buy. LinkedIn, very professional. Facebook, more personal. But still, they both can be used in sync. In fact, I'm getting people to go from LinkedIn to Facebook, from Facebook to LinkedIn, and use that as a part of my social selling strategy, which is something that I've mastered over the past few years. So, Linda, thank you very much, Linda. We have, Linda said that the soft launch system to contact people was her biggest breakthrough, her biggest takeaway. Let me know what else, which one is your biggest takeaway before I wrap up, because I'm going to close the live right in a few minutes. If you want to join as well our online academy, our Explode Your Expert Biz online academy, make sure that you comment below or you send me a private message and let me know, and I'll get you started. It's only $47 a month. Still of a deal. Still of a deal. Oh, I forgot to say that. If you decide to join today, you'll get also session one-to-one with our business coach. How amazing is that? How could I forgot to say that? So if you join today, you get also session one-to-one. Why? Because we want to make sure that you attend the right training for you. There are training that are there to support your business moving forward. That's how we are. We care about you, we care about your growth, we care about your business. So for only $47, access to all the training, you can cancel at any time, and on top of that, you get a session one-to-one. Now, let's say you just stay for a month, you get a session one-to-one just for $47. You will have to pay £500 if you want one. So that's a steal of a deal, right? Cool. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining this LinkedIn Masterclass. What I'm going to do, I'm going to run more free training for this group, at least once every 2 weeks. Ideally, I want to build it up to once a week, so then I can help you out as much as possible. So then also we can create more engagement in the group, and we can make sure that we can help and support each other, because in GTEx, that's what we do. We do things together. And you know why? Because together, we grow exponentially. See you next time. Ciao.